Okay, welcome everyone to the next installment of our uncensored play reading series, Elvis and Ali. And we are so fortunate tonight to have company member Carrie Brianna Hart directing and playwright Tom Schreck here in the house. Before we get started,
on your best behavior.
Yes, so before we get started, first let me thank you for being here so that we can continue to have these Monday night play readings. And let me, for those of you that I've not met personally, my name is Nicole Stoddard. I'm the founding artistic director of Thinking Cap. We've been around since 2010. We'll see how long we keep kicking. I have to my right.
I'm Brianna Huffs. I am the managing director of Thinking Cap Theatre. I've been around a little while, but not that long.
And we want to tell you about a couple of things. So there are postcards in the lobby for our next main stage production, which opens.
It's also in the back of your program.
Yes, that opens this Friday. It's called The Importance of Being Oscar. It's a play about Oscar Wilde. And it's really funny, and I think it's really insightful. If you only know Oscar Wilde as the man who wrote The Importance of Being Earnest, then you'll appreciate learning more about his life and his story. Bree is actually in this one, and she plays about a dozen different characters. There is no backstage for the show.
You haven't even seen it.
So it's a fast-paced, really fun and interesting play. Hopefully you'll join us. It runs for 3 weeks until October 30th. We also have a youth event. I don't know if that's in there or not, but it's on the postcard in the lobby.
Yes.
In association with The Importance of Being Oscar, we also did a nationwide youth project that started over the summer called The Importance of Being Me. And it involves about 20 youth from around the country, and they've created visual art, and they've written plays and poetry.
Yeah.
And so that is taking place, the culminating event is taking place on Sunday, October 23rd, here at 1 p.m. There's a reception, and the youth will be here performing, and their art will be displayed in the gallery, trying to collect the exhibit you see now. So if you are interested in supporting something like that, we would love to have you back on the 23rd for that. You could make it a double header and stick around and see the importance of being Oscar.
It's a very important day.
Just a suggestion, yes, very important day. And
finally, we have 2 more readings, right, in our play reading series. Some of you have the past to already come to them. The next one is the Thanksgiving play, which is on November 14th. A very funny satire, ridiculous.
Yes,
something
about I think it's 4 white actors that try to do everything right to celebrate,
like full white drama teachers,
and they do everything wrong. So it's very funny. It's actually a show that's going to Broadway next year. So if you're someone who travels to New York to see theater, you could get a taste of a reading here first.
Yes, and the last one is in December 12th. Is called Red Velvet, also directed by Carrie.
Yes.
So if
that play, I'll tell you, is interesting also. It is, I don't know if it's been done in the U.S. I know it was developed in the U.K., but it's about an actor named Ira Aldridge, who was a 19th century classical actor, part of the first black classical theater company in New York City. He did not have a lot of success here in the 19th century, even in New York City, so he expatriated and he had an incredible career as a classical actor in the UK and Europe. And so that is the piece that will close out our season in terms of our uncensored play.
That's it.
That's all we got.
All right, excellent. So without further ado, we'll introduce Carrie Brianna Hart, who will introduce the cast of Elvis and Ali.
You are all here. I cannot contain my excitement because we are here witnessing the birth of a brand new play. I'm so excited that our playwright, Tom Schreck, is here from New York. We will have the opportunity to speak with him afterwards, to ask him questions about the script. It's just so exciting. I don't want to give too much away because the play speaks for itself. Welcome to Elvis and Ali, and I'm going to introduce the cast in no particular order, just order of seating. We have Mr. Ray Love, who is playing the narrator, and Boondina Brown. We have Roderick Randall. who is playing Fame. Cassie is Marcellus Clay. Herbert Muhammad.
Elvis Ali by Tom Trek. Prologue. Wheeling a 40s style Schwinn bicycle.
Good evening, and welcome to a play about Elvis Presley and Muhammad Ali. Perhaps the two biggest, most popular cultural icons of the last century. Their impact on our society endures, and the change they brought to our culture is still felt. But why a bicycle? An 8-year-old Elvis Presley dreamed of a ride like this. But it will remain a dream because his parents, Gladys and Vernon, told the young boy that there would be no way the family could afford it. The young Presley was crushed. As Cassius Clay, of about the same age, dreamed of a Schwinn. Just like this. And his parents, Odessa and Cassius Sr., made the boy's dream come true. He got a Schwinn, and he was so very proud of it. He'd ride it through the streets of Louisville, thrilled with the attention it brought him. These were two Southern boys who were very much alike and very different. Very simple and very complex. They both had dreams that exceeded their chosen professions, and they both envisioned the possibilities life can hold for them. They weren't just dreamers, and though we often look at them as some sort of gifted savants, they were in fact driven, goal-oriented, hard-working men who went after what they wanted. They were also huge fans of each other. Sometimes they bit off more than what they can chew. But more often than not, as I think the song goes, they ate it up and they spit it out. They were widely revered and almost as widely reviled. They've been held up as saviors, prophets, and kings, and despised as thieves, charlatans, and imposters. Much has been written and analyzed about their lives, their motives, and especially their weaknesses. Yet, they were just men. In 1979 TV Guide interview, Ali told the interviewer that in the middle of the 70s, when these two were at the height of their powers, they met and talked. It was said that Elvis called Ali and he was invited to the Champs Rural Pennsylvania training camp known as Deer Lake, where Elvis spent time unbeknownst to anyone. The legend says that the two held a summit about being Elvis and being Ali. What it was like being the king and the greatest. And they spent hours discussing life, spirituality, patriotism, fame, and the future. Oh, to be a fly on the wall. Tonight, you can be. And what did these two icons do and talk about? We can't say for sure. There's no reliable record of it. We can only imagine. What would they have connected about? What would they have disagreed with? What conclusions would they have come to? What could have changed in their lives? That's back to this bicycle. On that birthday when Elvis didn't get his dream, he was sure disappointed. His parents bought him something else. The guitar. And what became of young Cassius's bike? It was stolen. He was so mad that he ran to a cop and he told him he was going to find that thief and he was going to give him a whooping. That cop was in charge of a local boxing gym. And he told the young boy that if he was going to try to give out any whoopings, he needed to learn how to fight.
All right.
They never caught the thief.
Narrator rides off stage on the bike.